All right, just as I predicted, I'm seeing all the same perma bear analysts that have been trying to call a top in this market for the last 10 years at it again. I told you this was going to happen. Um, Let me say again, this is not the end of the secular bull market. The reason it's not the end is because the innovation cycle is still fairly young. This is basically the same thing is happening now, right here, as happened in 1987. It's more or less the same magnitude decline. The bull market, which actually started in 74, had become very mature. People were getting excessively bullish here as the personal computer was coming online, and price had gotten stretched far above the long-term moving averages, and that was the setup um, for a very nasty crash. This was an extreme right translated intermediate cycle. The very same thing is happening here. And the trigger at this point was a crash in the dollar triggered this. Here we started the crash and then added in the coronavirus, which is going to cause a recession, maybe even a brief depression, since everybody seems to have lost their mind and politicians everywhere are falling all over themselves to shut down the global economy. If we had probably just ignored this, some people would get sick, they would recover, same as the flu. And we probably, this probably would not have been anywhere near as severe as what it is, but that's beyond the point, at this time anyway. The mistakes have already been made, so we'll have to deal with it. But this is what clears sentiment halfway through a secular bull market and sets the stage for the next phase of the bull market. Like I said, the exact same thing that happened here in 1987. I'm seeing a lot of people calling this the everything bubble, which is just absurd. We don't have, any of the conditions that would typify a bubble. At a bubble top, as you'll remember right here, every Tom, Dick, and Harry was piling into tech stocks, day trading the stock market. People that didn't have any idea what they were doing. At this top here, same thing. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry was buying real estate, thinking they were going to get rich quick, and completely different sentiment as we started the bear market. People, more than halfway down, people were still convinced that this was just a correction, that the market would recover. Same thing here. Halfway through this bull market, people were still, we were still hearing people claim that the housing market was coming back, soon, and that this was not going to be, this was not a bear market. Completely different sentiment here. Instead of the stubborn bullishness that is typical when a true bull market starts, we have analysts everywhere falling all over themselves to quickly call a new secular bear market, and that is not how secular bear markets begin. So, we can take Bitcoin as a classic example. The Bitcoin bubble burst 2 years ago, and we still have people that are convinced that Bitcoin is coming back. That is the definition and the characteristics of a true secular long-term bear market. We have none of those conditions right here. Once this bottoms and we turn and we go back up, and I guarantee that we are going to be making new highs, and 10 years from now, this chart here will look exactly the same as this second half of this bull market after the 87 crash. You are getting right now the single best buying opportunity you're ever going to get for the remainder of this bull market. And I'll tell you what to look for. At the top of the bull market, we're going to see every Tom, Dick, and Harry buying artificial intelligence stocks. We're going to see thousands of companies piling into the artificial intelligence sector, like companies were piling into the cryptocurrency sector 2 years ago. We're going to see every Tom, Dick, and Harry buying biotech stocks and nanotech stocks and robotic stocks, thinking that they're going to get rich, quick. Um, we are, we did not see that at this top, and um, right now, all of those investors are becoming conditioned to expect a bear market, and that is the fuel for the next 10 years, 15 years of this bull market. So, when you hear these people, they're just too many to name. All you got to do is look on the YouTube videos, and you'll find 100 analysts predicting a secular bear market compared to me and a very few others that really understand what is going on, and that this is just a cyclical bear market within a long-term secular bull market, and that this is going to bottom. I think it probably already did. I think we got our lowest low. Anyway, we may have to retest this maybe next week, and if not next week, if we blow through the intermediate trend line, then probably we'll have to come back down and retest it in May or June as we try and restart the global economy. But that's beside the point. Over the next 10 or 15 years, people that can think logically, control their emotions right now, when every analyst, almost every analyst in the world is telling you that we're starting a secular bear market, and so if people are entertaining visions of this again or of this again, and it's just not going to happen. We are in this, with this still to come. And a few people are going to take advantage of this and profit immensely in the years ahead. Many people are going to give in to their emotions, and they will become ultra bearish, and they will miss the next 5 to 7 years of this bull market, just like so many people missed a big chunk of the first part of this, or the first part of the first phase of this bull market.